Hi VC, Dale, Gatefold 33 here. This is a thread response video to a video Richard McCook made around Desert Island 20 greatest hits, and there were some rules about doubles and triples and all that, which I have not adhered to. So I responded to Richard saying, saying I don't really have a lot of artists' greatest hit albums. I know I've previously purged them in the kind of quest for space for the collection, and that's not in a kind of they are not worthy of my attention, and therefore, Richard, I am not going to enter your video because it's only about greatest hits, and that is not what a purist considers. It's not that attitude. It was simply about space, and I tend to get greatest hits on CD, because just with various artist compilations, which I also tend to get on CD, it's to do with the fact that there's always a clunker, or they might be in the wrong order, and I prefer to rip these CDs, and I don't feel that I need to sit down and experience a greatest hits album typically by listening to it on vinyl. I do prefer my vinyl experience to be about the studio album, and I do like the hits, but I tend to say rip them and put them into playlists, and they go in the car sort of playlists and that kind of thing. However, I have been changing and do have more. So I said to Richard, sorry, I can't enter your thread response, can't do a thread response because I don't think I've got 20. And so then I got thinking, no, I haven't got 20, I've got about 40 odd. So somehow, so I've pulled together 20 here. They're not strictly greatest hits. Some of them are, you'll see. Some of them are not strictly greatest hits, but they are not studio albums. And I've tried to avoid. Hopefully I've avoided the ones that Richard showed. So I do have a lot of the ones that Richard showed, and I'll maybe mention that as I go through. But so they're in alphabetical order, because that's the easiest for me to file them away again. So with what we are now, 2.5 minutes, I've been rambling, so I'll get on. So the first one is one of two probably greatest hits albums. So this is Belle and Sebastian. So this is a triple, and this is Push Barman to Open Old Wounds, and this is a collection of their early singles and EP up to, I'm going to hang on a minute, I'm going to have to tell you when these are up to. Artist, hold the line. I think it goes up to so this is 97 through to 2001, so the early part of their career. Because what Belle and Sebastian tend to do is when they reissue singles, they do put a lot of different cuts and different songs on there that don't appear on studio albums. So this is a trifold. These are some of the singles that they came from. And I like Belle and Sebastian, particularly their early period. So this is a good way to have the singles and B-sides. So that's the first one. So that's my all my B's. So I haven't shown anything. I do have Beatles, I do have Blondie, I do have Bowie, and I do have Kate Bush, but they've been shown, so I'm not showing them. Next up is a fairly recent one. I've got this. I sort of kept this in a collection that I bought, thinking, oh yeah, the Cars. You see that all the time, the Cars studio albums shown, and I do vaguely remembered the Cars. But as a greatest hits, this is absolutely fantastic. This is, I just remembered them. I don't know, I misremembered them perhaps as some kind of sappy classic rock outfit, but they are, I guess, American new wavy is where I would go. So yeah, they're quite very interesting, and so I've actually bought this on CD as well to play in the car, as it's a great album for playing in the car. So yeah, the Cars' greatest hits is second. can't remember if Richard did show this or not, but third is Cure, Standing on a Beach, singles, and this again is early-ish singles by The Cure, but a fantastic compilation album. I've had several versions of this. You know, it came out in the mid-80s, and everyone's always crackly. I'm lucky this is probably about my 5th copy of this over the years, and it's actually pretty clean and pretty quiet, so I'm pleased to have this in the collection. 4, I haven't kept a running number of these, I may have to keep, I've got a pad with them. Fairport Convention, this is a history of Fairport Convention. So I love Fairport Convention's 1969 output, and I like their first album as well from the year before, and I like Full House from 70. So I've got 5 Fleetwood Mac Fairport Convention studio albums. I've actually got 6. I've also got a later one, but forget that. But this is a good sort of run through some of their later stuff from some of their later albums. So yeah, there's one of those family trees on the front. So yeah, this is a nice greatest hits to have, because I don't particularly want to collect the albums from 1970 onwards. Next is Fleetwood Mac. This is I think a VC staple, Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits. This pulls together a lot of the earlier bluesier Fleetwood Mac, and I do like that period. So if I want to listen to that period, I would, I could play this. I like the later, if you like, Evolution, or the late, or when Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham joined as well. But this is a great sort of synopsis of the earlier period. Okay, cover your eyes. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is Lee Hazelwood, the LHI years, 1968 to 1971. Okay, I'm just checking the inside cover is not as... It's got an OB with it. So this covers the period when Lee Hazelwood Industries was his record label, and it covers a number of the sort of hits from that period. This was a Light in the Attic release from a few years ago. I do have most of the albums that I think I've got all the albums that have got these tracks on now, so I don't really need this. But it's a good hits album to play. For some reason, it's got a load of nude women on the front, although it's called Singles, Nudes and Backsides, so that's maybe why. So that's that. That's a great great compilation. Talking of sort of the nudes, and sort of slight segue into Hendrix with the Electric Ladyland link there. So this is a nice mono copy of Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, which is a kind of a good comp. Kind of slightly strange choices on there, some things that you wouldn't expect to see, and some stuff that I haven't got other on the sort of main studio albums. So it's a really good compilation to have. Is the Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits compilation. So this is I commented to Richard when he made his video that I need to seek out that Kinks comp, and I think actually I even have had that Kinks comp in the past, but it was I think I picked it up at a car boot sale, but it was pretty beat up, so I got rid of it. But then I remembered I do have a fantastic Kinks comp. So I have the Kinks mono box set, and within it they have recreated what was called the Black album, which is a double album that has I think is regarded as the seminal sort of compilation of greatest hits. So it starts off with, obviously from You Really Got Me through to Days. It's all you could imagine and more. So I do have a Kinks, but I love the Kinks, so it doesn't mean I won't pick up that Kinks comp, the yellow one that Richard showed. And I'm also probably going to try. I'm undecided about Record Store Day August drop this year. and there's quite a lot on it actually that I'm interested in. Particularly, they're going to reissue Kink Chronicles, which is a US compilation of some kind of, it had hits, some B-sides and outtakes and things like that. So it's quite it will have some new material that I haven't got anywhere elsewhere. So I am considering that. I don't know how limited it is as to whether I've got to get up at silly o'clock to get to my local record store, or pay silly prices on eBay. I'll decide on that. Next is a strange one, but I thought I'd show it. So these are just a selection of my extensive collection of greatest hits from individual artists, because I'm an avid collector of these types of albums, as I've said before. So this is Garnet Mims, called Warm and Soulful compilation. And why have I got this? Because Garnet Mims probably has recorded my all-time favourite song. That's quite a statement. Certainly a top 10 song, and by far the most played song on my iPhone and in the car. So it's been played at least 50% more than any other track, and that song is As Long As I Have You, which features obviously on this. So I bought this. So I thought, I heard this on a comp. I think it was on a free Mojo magazine comp a few years ago, and just thought, this is fantastic. Northern Soul. It's a Northern Soul song, so I thought I'd have to get that. And Sod's Law. It's a very rare Northern Soul single, and if I want a copy, it's £300 for a nice copy, if not more now. So typical. So I thought, well, I'm never going to get that, but if I do want it on vinyl, at least I've got this. This is a stereo copy, so I think the original would be mono. So I will say more on that another day. But so I've just got up my sort of top plays, that auto playlist that tells you how many songs, which one's been played the most, and that's been played by far the most. If it's to say more, 50% more than anything else. There's lots of those Max Richter Sleep. I think I've previously said I've played that a lot on the train. I'll just do the top 10 while I'm here. So top that's not Max Richter Sleep. So Garnet Mims, As Long As I Have You is number 1, followed by the Budos Band, Unbroken Unshaven, Booker T and the MG's Green Onions, The Swinging Blue Jeans, You're No Good, XTC, Dear Madam Barnum, The Dells, Wear It On Our Face, Last Shadow Puppets, My Mistakes Are Made for You, Bob Dylan, Shooting Star, Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue Got Married. No, not Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue Got Married. It's a fantastic rock and roll song. The Zombies, She's Not There, Jimi Hendrix Experience, Crosstown Traffic, and the Beatles. So what is the all-time top played Beatles song by me ever? I played by far more than any other Beatles song, from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise. I love that 1 minute 19 seconds, and that features on most car compilations. I just love that, so more than any other track from Sgt. Pepper. There you go. All right, I'll move on now. Pink Floyd Relics. So I've got to have a Pink Floyd in there. So I thought Relics. I don't have the either of the kind of recent comps on vinyl. Certainly on vinyl, I have them on CD. So that's that. Sort of that collects a lot of their early singles that weren't on their early albums. By the way, if you don't already know, I thought most people know. This is a really nice way of collecting the Pretty Things. I love the Pretty Things. So this is the Pretty Things, a double album of their early sort of beat era, I think. Songs, so 64 to 67, so kind of just before SF Sorrow and the sort of psych period kicked in. This is a great collection. So that's in. I've forgotten what number I'm at now. I do have 20. I have 21 actually. I've got a bonus. So this is a soundtrack technically, but it does sort of bring together most of the best tracks from. Oops, there's another Light in the Attic release. So this is Rodriguez, so Sixto Rodriguez, and the from the documentary kind of expose, whatever you want to call it, docu-pic of Searching for Sugar Man that was out a few years ago. Fantastic documentary, and this is a great album to accompany it. And as I say, it pulls together hits from his first 2 albums. So I've added that in for interest. This, where did I put this in? Not sure. So I thought I'd put the Rolling Stones in. So this is the Stray Cats comp that came as part of the Rolling Stones in mono box set. So I just thought I'd include this. I do have a couple of other Rolling Stones comps, as I said, because I'm an avid collector of single artist greatest hits comp on vinyl. I've got loads of them. So I thought I would stick this this one in as a bit of variety. Is this a double? I think it's just a double. There you go. There's a nice picture of the Rolling Stones there. Apologies for the glare. It's a very glossy picture. So this has got singles, B-sides that don't appear on any of the studio albums that appear in the mono box set. So it sort of sweeps up, and it's got a few alternate takes. So it's got like mono version, single version of Street Fighting Man, so for example, and mono Honky Tonk Women. So it picks up a kind of a single version of You Can't Always Get What You Want. So it sweeps up anything else in mono that was produced that wasn't on the mono albums. So it's nice to have. Then again, sort of trying to be a bit different. Nancy Sinatra. I love Nancy Sinatra. So this is Nancy Sinatra's greatest hits. Picks up All You Need, probably, although I need a lot more. I've got a lot of her studio albums because I like Nancy Sinatra, and I love Nancy Sinatra with Lee Hazelwood. So this picks up a selection of both the obviously these boots are made for walking is on there, but so is Some Velvet Morning. So those two follow each other, which is quite an interesting segue into those two songs. But so it picks up Nancy and Lee as well as Nancy stuff, which is good. This is a bit of a rarity on vinyl, I think. The Smiths, Best. This is a nice comp, lovely condition. Those are the tracks, but it's got that. I mean, it finishes with the beautiful, sublime "Please, please, please let me get what I want," which is a cover version, I think, but is just a beautiful short. Starts off with this charming man and just kind of works through, but finishes with that. So this is just a lovely listen. So the Smiths, Best. And although I've expanded out into their studio albums recently, this is a great comp. I think I would say All You Need, but I know that will probably get me shouted at, so apologies for that. But this is certainly essential then, shall I say. Squeeze singles. This is a great compilation. Good to put on at any time. This is interesting. So I didn't show the Jam Snap. I do have that as well because I am a keen collector of artists' greatest hits albums. But so I would have. But I thought I would show this, the Singular Adventures of the Style Council. So this is a varied affair. I've got this on CD. I've also got the one, the kind of the additional B-sides and demos and all that CD as well, which is even more obscure. But I like to collect most things Weller. So this is a great listen. Another artist. So this is all going to fall over in a minute. Another artist that I'm very fond of, Richard Thompson. So this is a nice double album. It's it's a bit of a crossover here because it's called Guitar Vocal. So it's got sort of instrumentals and vocals that Richard Thompson did the kind of lead vocal on. and it picks up stuff from Fairport years, I think, obscure stuff, B-sides, outtakes, but also stuff that was on Richard Thompson and Richard Lyndon Thompson albums. So it's a good compilation, not necessarily a greatest hits by any stretch. And then finally in the 20, I think I've done 20, is Waxworks XTC singles 77 to 82. Nice collection of those singles. Could do with a really good XTC reissues. I know they've been reissuing on 8 Music the albums gradually, but I think they could do with a really good. I did have the B-sides one. For some reason I sold the B-sides one. I don't know why. I should have kept it. They did sort of another version of this that was the B-sides. But yeah, this is a nice sort of early singles comp. As I say, I think they need a career comp coming out if they haven't on vinyl. And then as a bonus, as an apology to Richard for suggesting that I was not worthy of doing this video, I'll include Slade Smashes, which was a garage rescue that I really enjoyed. So this is in the collection now. So I've gone far too long on that. 21 minutes. Apologies for that. So yep, cheers Richard for the thread idea. I enjoyed doing that. Thanks. Bye.